Gets into one. And Spiller's going to return it. C.J. Spiller. And met at the 20 and dropped at about the 22. Consistently had Brandon Marshall a story too, and he had 3 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. So Seattle ball from their own 22, and they'll start with a handoff. And neither team's been able to do too much. 2nd and 7. 4-man rush. They get it out in the flat. Michael, good spin move, good cut. Christian Michael working hard. Is going to be yards shy of a first down. Yeah, there has been some big plays. Good stuff, Pam. And they're going to do a little flip here. This is Michael coming across for a Seahawks first down. From the 39, blitz coming. Wilson sees it, fires complete. Short gain is Curse. 2nd down. Wilson going to run, and now he's going to slide down. You know, he had one of those last. Wilson, blitz coming, gets rid of it near side. Oh, what a hit, Calvin Pryor. So the Jets hold. Now Ryan with the punt. It's a rocket. Ross, fair catch. Maybe. Well, great punt. 4.6 on the hang time. 56-yarder. Jets put it early in the 3rd quarter. A pistol formation. Give to Forte. Nothing. You know, he didn't look like himself. Oh, he's playing well today, that's for sure. 2nd down and 10.
There they are back at it.
On 3rd down. 4-man rush. Powell's been wide open all day. Powell surging forward. Wow, Powell is killing this defense today, John. That's his 6th reception. They have kept him clean for the most part. Stack formation. They don't run it, though. The fake to Forte. Fitzpatrick doesn't have it now. There's a sack from Bennett. That was a covered sack, maybe. Turned himself into a fabulous player. He's a good player in Tampa Bay. A great one in Seattle. 2nd and 14. Fitzpatrick over the middle. That almost was the first catch by a tight end all year, but alas, it was not. Great are a non-factor receiving in this offense. And now that creates a 3rd and 14. Fitzpatrick stepping away, tipped and incomplete. Pressure, and Edwards gets rid of it. Lockett races up, takes it, no fair catch, and he gets drilled. So the Jets covered in field position here after the defense held. And the Jets got a big drop. So here's Wilson to throw on 1st down over the middle, just overshot Luke Wilson. He got hit on that play too, so he had to get rid of it. 2nd down. This time he rolls right, slings it near side, and he's got a completion to Tyler Lockett, who's inside the 45. They're going to mark him down to the 43, a gain of 13. From the 42, blocked up this time over the middle, Jimmy Graham, and Graham has a Seattle first down. You know, Jimmy Graham is unlike most tight ends. We know he's great, John. You know how he gets to work in Seattle?
I do.
He flies a seaplane. And he said, you know, I live a decent 45-minute drive, so why do that when I could? He flies that to work. It's unbelievable. It's an old plane, an old Army plane from 1957, which he reconditioned. More in a second. Wilson, little shuttle. Michael makes a catch. And Michael is tackled down at the 23. But it's pretty impressive. He's got his license and all kinds of piloting, too.
He wasn't a seaplane pilot until he came to the Seahawks, and John Nordstrom, of the Nordstrom family, yes, the old owner of the Seahawks, took him for a ride on his seaplane, and Jimmy said that I was hooked. That weekend I went and got my seaplane license, so now instead of the 45-minute drive, he takes a 5-minute flight to work 3 days a week.
It's unbelievable. Never seen that in my life. 2nd and 3 after the play to Michael. Wilson going to throw over the middle. Why not do it again? Michael's got a first and bowls forward down to the 14. Part of his game, too, but mobility in the pocket hasn't really seemed to be an issue. Pretty incredible. First down. Michael left side, and he's dragged down from behind. David Harris with the knife. Play clock at 1. Blitz coming. Wilson going to loft it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. He had to get rid of it. Wilson has time. Now pressure comes. Slips. Looks like throws it. Incomplete. Out of the end zone. And Hauschka puts it up and in. We get a penalty flag too, so let's see what this is.
Assess it on the field.
There you go. 96 defense. That penalty's declined. Kickoff.
It's Jeremy Ross. Take a knee, start on the 25, seems logical. 13 to go, third quarter. They start from their own 25 here. It's Patrick, and he is taken down. Bobby Wagner came in for the sack.
It's interesting. They show a 3-4 look. KJ Wright as an outside linebacker, but Wagner going to come right up the pipe and right in Fitzpatrick's face.
The Seahawks have 3 today, 2 in the last 2 series. 2nd and 16. 4-man come this time, and it's blocked. And Fitzpatrick coming for a new one, just a little overthrown, and now a penalty. Jeremy Lane on the coverage.
And this is called a race route or a cross country.
Number 20 defense, automatic, first down.
Just a subtle tug of the hip, but that can restrict. It's almost like, you know, he propelled him.
Jets gets him out of that big hole. 22-yard penalty. The 1st and 10 from the 41. Forte been quiet today. They stayed with it though. You told me earlier. 2nd and 8. Pressure comes. He gets decked and nearly intercepted. Averill came flying in.
You see him undercut this at the end of the play, and Earl Thomas almost should have actually gone the other way for 6.
Yeah. Instead, it'll be a 3rd down and 8. Jets have dominated 3rd down today, 6 of 11. Blitz. Fitzpatrick throwing deep far side, and incomplete. And so a punt, and it's short and wobbly. And it takes a Seahawk bounce for its touch, and then picked up by Seattle. They'll have the ball. And here's Russel Wilson, going to give to Michael. Michael still on his feet, and he's across the 15. Little. Michael tries to get to the edge, just couldn't do it. He was strung out pretty. Play clock at 1-0. Timeout. Did he get it off? That is the question. One official has a flag out. The other says timeout.
30-second timeout.
Play clock down to 1. They get it off. Pressure. Wilson in trouble. Just throws it away. Sheldon Richardson had his hands full of Russell Wilson, and the Jets dig. And so now Ryan will punt it from his own 1. Jeremy Ross was just signed this week. He was with the Jets all preseason. And that time,
Carroll, this is his defense.
And now Fitzpatrick going to dump it off Forte. Pursuit coming. Forte out across the 40.
And they get very good at what they do because they don't do so much.
Forte, not much there. And now we get a penalty flag as the play is coming to a conclusion. The best defense.
Holding. Number 78 offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Of this generation, said people will follow today. 15 minutes to go. Darrelle Revis for the Jets called this a must-win today. 2nd down. Blitz coming. Fitzpatrick sees, gets rid of it. Marshall makes the catch, and there's a flag that comes in, and I think he pushed off.
You think? You know, Brandon Marshall, he's a physical guy, but watch this. I mean, this is just throwing Richard Sherman. I think Richard Sherman sells it fairly well.
Pass interference. Number 25 defense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, First down.
I'm shocked. I really am. I can't believe he called that on him.
Wow. Let's look at it again.
There's been a ton of contact between these guys throughout the entire game. And
right there.
Yeah. All right. First down.
Oh, it's a catch. If anything, there you go. So, Marshall coming through with the catch. He's got 4 catches, 89 yards, and a touch today. Fitzpatrick standing and going that way again. One too many times. It's Sherman.
Just a smart play by Richard Sherman. The back shoulder fade's been the consistent route. And so what do? You turn your head and locate the ball. And that's exactly what Richard Sherman, he knew the back shoulder fade was coming. Watch him. As it's going down the field, he knows back shoulder fade, and there he stops and beats Brandon Marshall to the ball. Miscommunication for the second week in a row between Fitzpatrick and Brandon.
Wilson, blitz, picked up, has time, coming there's Doug Baldwin. Over the middle, good blitz pickup there. And Baldwin's gonna get out there and pick up 4 yards. Here he's against Paul Richardson. He doesn't have a catch for Seattle. Second down. Wilson coming near side, Graham, jump ball! What a catch and what a throw! I mean, you just can't do it any better.
Kevin, we saw it for years with Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham. Last year, that connection wasn't quite there. Great coverage by Darren Lee, but Jimmy Graham just goes up and gets the ball. This team, they've got a lot of weapons, and when you put Jimmy Graham in there, in addition to everybody else, watch out.
Jimmy Graham, and Todd Bowles wants a challenge. He wants to take a look whether or not he had possession, and if this indeed was a catch. So we've already seen Pete Carroll challenge and lose one earlier. Now it's Bowles' turn. We'll take a look. Let's see. Was he in bounds? There's the grab. Right foot, left foot. We'll look. Hey.
Take a look here, Kevin.
After review, the receiver had control of the pass with his knee down in bounds. It is a catch. The Jets will be charged with their first timeout.
What Carl Sheffer said is exactly what Mike Pereira told us during the break. That right knee, that right shin. Remember, John Madden wrote a book named it that. 1 knee equals 2 feet, and that's exactly what it is.
Good catch all the way, and the replay confirmed it. So they lose a timeout, they lose a challenge. First down, Seattle. Wilson to throw. There is Richardson. He's got the catch, and he's inside the 10. First grab of the game for Paul Richardson.
Well, Calvin Pryor is the guy that struggles in coverage against tight ends, let alone wide receivers. Russell sees that, and he says, that's an easy one. I'm throwing there. And Paul Richardson makes a really nice acrobatic catch, getting both feet in and controlling the ball all the way to the ground.
8 different receivers for the Seahawks. That's a 27-yard gain. First and goal from the 6. Jets are signaling timeout. And he's had another big one here. First and goal. Wilson on the rollout. Going to throw to Michael, who's wide open. Michael reaches over. Touchdown.
Just poor pass coverage. Wilkerson and these guys must be saying, fellas, we're pressuring them. Could we have some pass coverage back there? Marcus Williams late to get there. I mean, that took a long time to develop, and yet there's no Jets defender around him.
4-play, 61-yard drive. Extra point by Hauschka is up and good. And they hadn't done much in 2 weeks, but the last 2 weeks, explosive plays, they've come to life for the Seahawks team. As a matter of fact, 6 plays of 20 or more yards here today.
That's when Wilson will, quote, rip your throat out. All the doom and gloom that came about after Wilson suffered his knee injury, Bowles wasn't buying it from the beginning.
Guess he was right. As Fitzpatrick throws complete, and he's got a catch to the rookie out the 30. It's Pete.
Is a vicious competitor.
Fitzpatrick needs something, almost gets taken down, looking for Forte. Incomplete in last week's game. Good deep kick. Lockett makes a man miss up to the middle into a sandwich of Jets at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. 24-10, 11-12 to go, and they've got the football at the 25. They're going to run it. Michael doesn't have much. What a performance, but still a long way to go on this one. Jets defense needs to make a stand on a second down. And that's incomplete. You know, John, you always hear about bad news and things like that. I think for Russell Wilson, it needs to be said, though, this guy, every Tuesday he goes to the Seattle Children's Hospital. Every single Tuesday since he's been a Seahawk. And I asked him why he did it. And he said, you know, kids have always been near and dear to me, but he had a very deep answer.
Yeah, he talked about his dad was sick a lot. He had diabetes, and he spent a lot of time in hospitals as a kid. His mom was an ER nurse and a registered nurse, so he was around hospitals. He knows the pain that kids have around hospitals, and big kudos to Russell Wilson for making a difference in people's lives.
It's pretty impressive. Third down. Jets come with pressure. He's back there, stands. There's Graham. Now running forward. He's got a first down. They brought the blitz, didn't get there, and Graham makes them pay. Team for Graham. He's been huge today. First down. And they'll throw it out in the flat this time, and not much doing. As a quick tackle, it's a little bit of a surprise today. Wilson, pocket breaks down, rolls away from pressure. Going to sprint to the sideline and get out of bounds. There's a flag.
In the secondary.
Holding, number 50 defense. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
Wow, that's a biggie.
And remember, that's Darren Lee, the rookie.
The clock obviously an issue, under 9 minutes to go. And remember, the Jets used 2 defensive timeouts, one on a challenge. Seattle's last drive. Michael. He's got that spin move down, doesn't he? He's got 2. Who's going to be the guy that holds the toughness together? And he brought up him. Hadn't even played a snap yet. Second down. Try to run again. Michael gets through the hole, sprinting across midfield for another Seattle first down. First down. Michael again, right side, and he is inside 45 to the 40.
But they get better every week.
2nd and 6. Alex Collins in the game. He gets it. And Collins, not much room on the right. Whole dynamic for their offense. Third down. Blitz. Wilson knocked down. So Muhammad Wilkerson makes a much needed play in his career back in 2013. Not returning that one. Another good punt from Ryan, who does the job to pin the Jet. Touchdowns, and have a long way to go here with Fitzpatrick at the controls. And a first down from their own 9. Back to throw, looking far side. Tipped! Earl Thomas, is that an interception? Sure looks like it.
Well, Thomas gets a pick. It's been a while, so he does the dead bug and keeps celebrating. That's what this team feasts on. The turnovers were down, but we talk about the return to Seahawk football, and it's coming at every aspect of the game.
Look at this, and that sure looks clean. They, of course, look at every turnover upstairs in the review, but that sure looks...
Robbie Anderson.
Wilson's going to throw it. Wilson's going to loft it for Michael, and incomplete. Other things. A couple turnovers have helped in the second half. They're going to run it, keep it on the ground, nothing. So 3rd and long is coming up. I would factor. They've been running the clock out. 3rd and 11. Blitz. Wilson sensing, and he's in trouble, and down he goes. Big sack by Screen, and that may push him right out of field goal.
Stanford used to tell me about Kenny Easley, one of the best football players he had ever seen.
Hauschka will try a 53-yarder, and it is good. Hauschka has been automatic as a Seahawk, and this year he remains perfect. So Hauschka, who's been driving them deeper out of the end zone all day long, there'll be another touchback. Dallas. So a first down for Fitzpatrick. Go over the middle, and he's got a completion and noon. Well, that's for 6. They need a lot more. Fitzpatrick, a new one again. That's good for a first down. Interesting, though, John, because we had Seattle against the Niners last.
They were angry, and that's the mark of a great defense. You play 60 minutes, you play till the end.
Going for Marshall, but Sherman on him like glue.
But you miss a guy like Eric Decker when he's not in, and not so sure with the rotator cuff partial tear that that's going to get much better.
Yeah, this is Peak. Nice spin move by Teron Peak. And he's going to be a yard shy of a first down. Four-man pressure. Fitzpatrick going to let it fly, and he's going for the rookie a little too far. Anderson outstretched. It's there. And now 4th and 1. Fitzpatrick over the middle, and he goes back to him, and he's got the completion for a first down. So Anderson delivers. Even if they can't overcome this, just to get the young guy going into this offense without Decker. Fitzpatrick hit as he throws, and there's no signal, and so instead Peake's going to run all the way to the end zone. On-field signals a touchdown. I thought his arm was coming forward. Well, let's see. Right now, Peake's in for a touchdown. I know what? Nice. All right. Go. Let's bring in Mike Pereira on this play. Mike, what did you see here?
You know, I'll tell you, when you look at her in real time, you know, in the live shot, you would think it was a pass, but you see the ball jar out of his hand. That's the key thing from behind. You see the laces move out of his hand, and then he just pushes the ball. He's actually pushing a loose ball. And, you know, the referee really had a great look at it. I mean, that's his job, Carl Cheffers, and he could see it loose, and he held the whistle, and you're outside of 2 minutes, so therefore another player other than the fumbling player can advance the ball and keep the advance. So pretty heads-up play by the officials, and a good job, by the way, of replay confirming it and not actually having to stop it.
Guy for the Seattle Seahawks right back here.
Folk to Graham, and an easy bounce. So that second bounce is. So here's Wilson, going to hand off to Michael up the middle. Christian Michael has a run of 7.5. Wilson going to toss it, and it's incomplete. Looking for Luke Wilson, so that helped. They stopped the clock for him. 1:51 to go. Seen crazier things. Ryan's been great punting all day, trying to pin the Jets deep, and he does it again. Man, takes a jet bounce, but they're out on the 12, down 10. Shutout New England. First time the Patriots have been shut out at home since '93. Last-ditch effort for the Jets. No timeouts. Over the middle, Enunwa. They need 2 scores here. That's not a good stat for Fitzpatrick. Looks one way, comes back near side, throwing, almost intercepted. And Marshall stopped running. Cam Chancellor did not, including that interception, which you said, which was so big. Third down, they'll run it to Powell. It's a first down, but clock is ticking.
Running out of time, plain and simple. You got to push it downfield.
Back to throw, pressure coming, incomplete. Looking for Powell. 65 seconds left to go. Fitzpatrick over the middle, intercepted. Richard Sherman has the second one of the game. We get a flag as well. There's some tough feelings. Matt Gold and Michael Bennett. And now Carl Cheffers and company have to watch that this doesn't escalate. But Sherman with his second pick, third interception for Seattle. Fitzpatrick has thrown 9 in 2 weeks. And this one will be over.
You know, part of Fitzpatrick's problem, I remember doing a game here with Eli Manning at the end of the game. They really don't care about stats because they're just trying to get their team back into the game. But you can't make that throw with that guy, Richard Sherman, out there. And Richard Sherman.
Illegal block in the back. Number 72 of the intercepting team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
48. This one won't be the same stakes, but the feeling will still feel pretty good. Russell Wilson, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, was nearly flawless on a day that most wouldn't have played. For Pam Oliver and John Lynch, I'm Kevin Burkhardt saying so long from the Meadowlands, where once again the Seahawks take down the Jets 27-17. Kurt Menevee takes us the rest of the way.